So I enjoy this watch. It's a beautiful watch. And I'm gonna have some fun with this, especially with the strap to, make it versatile and enjoy it with different outfits. It was cars, sneakers, and watches. And for some reason, I've never done them all at the same time. Collecting sneakers and actually being able to enjoy them out and about was a headache. When you get that first bug, when you see a watch on someone and you're like, man, I really want that watch. And then when you find out how much it is, you're like, oh shit, I can't afford it. Welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video, we're talking watches. We're gonna be talking Rolex, Omega, and really the topic is, which is better, watch collecting or sneaker collecting? First, let's talk about what's on my wrist. Today I have my Omega Constellation 168.005. It's with the Pan dial, which in the beginning of its birth, it was a silver dial, but it developed a beautiful cream patina that I've just fell in love with. This has the date function at the 3 o'clock, and it is a quick set date. It's a pull push mechanism to change the date. So I enjoy this watch. It's a beautiful watch, and I'm gonna have some fun with this, especially with the strap to make it versatile and enjoy it with different outfits. And I think it goes really well with what I'm wearing today. But yeah, now let's get to the point. So growing up, there's a few hobbies that I was into as far as collecting hobbies. It was cars, sneakers, and watches. And for some reason, I've never done them all at the same time. Maybe the financial part of it is what determined that. But because I like to go hard with everything that I do. In the beginning, of course, before I could even drive, it was the sneakers. I was heavy into the Jordans, the Air Force Ones, matching the sneakers with the jersey, with the fitted hat. That was like a trend that was going on, and I enjoyed it. And after that, I went into the cars. I was into the JDM cars, the Hondas, the Acuras, Mitsubishis, just modifying them. And once you get into a hobby, guys, once you get into it is when all your money is just going towards it. So when it was sneakers, all my money was going there, waiting for all the releases. And then with the cars, it was what was the best car, the best chassis to work with, and what was the best swap to put in it, like a B20 or B18, what to add on it, what headers, what exhausts, if you wanted to boost it, put some turbos in it, bucket seats, then to make the looks, the stance, making sure your suspension is on point. And the money that went into that was intense. I've lost so much money when I was in that phase of modifying and racing these JDM cars. And the last, or this I don't know if it's the last, but my last hobby is collecting watches. Who knows what I could get into, or I'll just get to a point where financially I could just have them all at the same time. But now it's watches, and I've collected almost all the watches that I've really had my eyes on. When you get that first bug where you see a watch on someone and you're like, man, I really want that watch. And then when you find out how much it is, you're like, oh shit, I can't afford it. And how do I get this watch now? I've already went through that phase where I've attained those watches. With all these I guess phases that I went through, from the sneakers to the cars to the watches, which one is really the best hobby, or which one I enjoyed the most? Well, for one, the sneakers was one that I enjoyed, but at the same time I didn't, because wearing a brand new pair of sneakers was not fun for me. It was being so careful not to add a crease to the sneaker, not wanting the sole to be dirty. There's spray that you could put on it, solution that you could put on so that you could protect it from when it gets wet in the rain. You could easily wipe it and clean the dirt off, but that didn't really matter. It wasn't always that effective. So collecting sneakers and actually being able to enjoy them out and about was a headache, and that's the one part I didn't really enjoy. I'm not someone that want to collect sneakers and just have them up on the wall or on the shelf just to look at on display. And in comparison, let's just jump into the watches. The watches, you could buy a watch, enjoy it for as many years as you want, wear it on a daily basis, and you could actually sell it. for more or equal to what you purchased it for. And I've never really been concerned because I'm into the vintage watches, so I was never so much concerned as far as getting a scratch on it, or, you know, not that I avoided it, trust me, but not so much as when it was with the sneakers. As far as getting a scuff on it, I was really adamant and crazy about getting that on it. But with the watches, it's a little bit more ease in the wearing and enjoyability of wearing a wristwatch. And with the cars was fun, but again, it took a lot from me. As far as monetarily, it took a lot from my pockets, whether it's from speeding tickets to, you know, points on my license, court fees, parts, failures, engine failure, certain parts going out. You know, not every job I was able to do myself, so having to take it to the shop and get some work done. And that was a hobby that really affect the pockets. If you guys have been through these phases of enjoying these hobbies, if you are doing it right now, comment down below, whether it's the sneaker collecting, the cars, or the watches. So overall, with these three, the watches was the most enjoyable to me. It's the one that, at the end of the day, I've always been left with money. You know, it's like almost like a exchange, an asset exchange from like cash to, let's say, a watch, and the watch holds the money. Now with my cars, I have so many stories with cars, trust me. From crashing one, totaling that car. And I'm talking when I think I was like 17, 18, and totaling a car that cost like 10,500, around that much, which is a lot for a kid, and not having the insurance to, you know, get the funds back was a total loss. I've just been through it all. I mean, at some point I could get into really my background and you know, in some type of video, but for now I'm just gonna leave it there and let you guys know that watch collecting was the best, I guess, hobby in collecting that I've been through so far. If you guys have anything else that you have been into in collecting, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for the next video.
Look, tell a man no trouble, I don't want beef, man, I just want vibes. Big man like me, no need for the telephone hype. I got too much getting online. One rule, then dead I'm on site. Wrong move, I bet they gon' ride. No need for the telephone hype, nah. No need for the snoozing. Big whip outside.